At this point, I'm just turning my social media into just my life. Like, you want to watch videos on monster trucks, you want to watch videos on how to knit, crack on. My social media is me, just chatting. I can't be asked creating all this social media shit with flashing lights and words across the screen. Like, someone else can do that. That ain't me. My social media is just me talking about my life, which is entertaining enough for you. For me, I've got to live it. So yeah, this episode, episode 1, is me today. What's the date today? 19th of July 2024. Today I received an email from a hire car company. I don't tend to say the names of these types of things. It doesn't really make that much difference. And yeah, I can be just walking down Blackpool Beach and a copper jumps out the van and punches me to the ground and kicks his way into my hotel room and then lets me go just because he feels like it. That's my life. Episode 0. But that's already on YouTube anyway. So yeah, I'm aware of what I say about where I reside, what companies I talk about, because they're all kind of sucking each other off and in each other's pockets, aren't they? I can't be arsed with it. I put on social media I was in Blackpool, a copper punches me to the floor because he wants to. I don't know. Spiritual warfare, yeah. So, but I got to be aware of that, and hence, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just driving around my car. I'm just travelling around in my, let's just use these words, whatever. So I'm just driving around in my car, as you do, and the price of insurance has gone up, yeah? The price of everything's gone up. This isn't some wild conspiracy. The price of everything's gone up. The price of insurance through the roof to insure your car. All these big companies make. Ain't about safety. That's a different topic. I don't want to kind of spider diagram off and start going and talking about other stuff. Although it's all highly relevant. This is kind of why I talk about this stuff and just document it, so I can just get it out on screen. So I can't afford car insurance anymore. It's happening to people. I can't afford it. And the reason I can't afford car insurance anymore is because I've been recently banned from driving. And what were you banned about? Or what were you banned for, you ask? I got a speeding ticket through the post, as you do. You were caught speeding, doing this mile per hour in this zone. You get this many points and this fine. Yeah, you know what it is. So I don't just take these bits of paper that someone's written to me and go, you did this. I look at it and go, did I? Now bear in mind, this stuff appears months later. You know where the static, usually where the static speed cameras are. You don't necessarily know the mobile ones. You know what I'm talking about. You get a letter through the post and go, was not expecting that. It's one of them. You're doing this speed and on this road, unacceptable, points in your licence, pay us money. Except I read what's written on it. You're in contravention of legislation 1.A, whatever. I look it up. I look what they said. I look at the legislation that they create, and I disagreed. I can't remember off the top of my head why I disagreed. It was something to do, I can't remember. I'm not going to try and guess, but I think the legislation was to do with a B road, and I was on an A road. Like, you got to get your shit right. And who's saying I'm speeding? It's not a human being, it's a camera. Well, I'd like to know when that camera is calibrated. I'd like to know how that camera works. Like, you're making me go to work to earn money to pay you, and all you can do is write to me and say, oh, pay us money. Well, no, I want some evidence, man. I thought it was innocent till proven guilty. Prove this stuff. Oh, a camera caught you. That's not good enough. It's not in today's world. Not when AI is capable of creating things more realistic than humans can. Hang on, my dog's just doing a poo. One bag of poo. So you want to do me for speeding? Prove it. So I write back to them and say, basically, can you prove it? I'd like to see records of this camera that caught me. They didn't even respond. Instead, it got sent to court. I don't know how that works. You're trying to prosecute me for speeding. I've written back and said, I don't agree with you. Can you prove it? You somehow then get to send my license to court, which they don't even tell me about, and take my license off me. So the fundamentals of this are, they say I was speeding, I question it, they take my license away. That's what happened in that order. Except I didn't find out about it until I think I was hiring. I've always had crap old cars that always break down. Vans always break down. So my van broke down, of course it did, it's like 20 years old. Can't afford a nice spanky, I can't afford it. I ain't got the credit rating to do it. It's life. So my heap of junk old van breaks down. I got work to do, so I go to online and hire a van. And you have to send them like your check code or check. Anyway, they came back to him and like, we can't hire to you. You've recently been banned. And I was like, have I? So I do my checks. I look on DVLA and lo and behold, I was banned. I didn't even know about it because he didn't tell me. All I knew was I wrote to them. Sorry, they wrote to me and said, you're speeding. I said, prove it. I hear nothing other than months later, when I go to hire a van because mine's broken down, I realise they banned me behind my back. They took my question of prove your speeding, took it to court, chucked it through, didn't even tell me anything about it, banned me, and didn't even tell me anything about it. What are they trying to do? Catch me on the road with no driving licence? I write to you and say, prove your speeding. Prove my speeding. Come on, man, do something. Like, you can't just write to me and say it. Nope, we will not take that line of questioning. We're going to ban you. Okay, I didn't realise till months later, because it didn't tell me. Of course it didn't. So then, when I am hiring a van, it then pops up. And I look at the ban and everything on the DVLA check code, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that was for then. So, I then realised that my car insurance is invalid. I think it's due for renewal. Gone are the days where you just didn't tell them, because everything's kind of cross-referenced now. And as soon as I put in that ban, it was a ban for totting up. I had 0 points. There's no totting up. Just made it up. I'll give him 12 or 14, whatever it is. How dare you question us? So anyway, I've got to declare this, whatever is SP10, I don't know what it is. A ban. Insurance is like, loads of money, please. I'm like, I can't afford that. On top of tax, on top of being an old van anyway. MOT costs, because the road's got holes in them and just smashing all your axles to bits. Let's just cut the shit and let's start talking real here. So I find out that it's actually cheaper to hire. But they do the tax, they do the insurance, they do the MOT. You also get a nice new vehicle, which I've never had. Cruise control, aircon, reverse sensors, like always rocked around in 20-year-old vehicles. Having a nice new swanky one for cheaper. And I ain't got to worry about anything. I just do a payment on the phone. I get a brand new spanking vehicle that's cheaper than insuring, taxing, MOTing, changing the alternator on and repairing the fucking wheel axles on my own. No brainer, yeah? But I then realised there's a lot of hire car companies who won't hire to me because of that ban. Now, I can't turn around to them and go, oh, well, they just banned me because I questioned about speeding. They don't care. It's not relevant. You got that on your SP, whatever the code is. You tell them about that. they're like, "Nah, we ain't hiring you." You know what? It's their policies, unsafe driver, careless, idiot, whatever, I don't care. They don't care about the truth behind it, nor is it relevant. They can't punch into their little box on their computer screen, so it doesn't matter. It's just the truth of it. So I can't afford to insure my own van anymore. It's falling apart anyway. Get scrapped. Now I'm into hire. I ain't got the money for a new car. And even if I did, I ain't got the money to insure it. Man, still got to get about. Oh, and this was after the police pulled me over for a chip in my windscreen. Pulled me over. You know you got a chip in your windscreen? Yeah, I know, mate. I didn't do it on purpose. Like, shit falls from the sky. Probably your crap potholes that have jarred the van as I'm... You know what I mean? Like, and then he's not even talking about a chip. Checking the tyres, checking the insurance. Have you been drinking? I'm just like, mate, chill out. Opens my door, grabs me, cuffs me, pepper sprays me 3 times inside the vehicle, which is not allowed. Too close, you're not allowed to do it inside the vehicle. But no, 4 times. 4 times. Cut my seatbelt, seized my van, seized my phone. So yeah, it's kind of why I ran out of money. Had to buy a new phone. Had to pay to get my van out of the impound. And actually, the towing company broke the steering axle when towing it, so the van now was scrapped. It was gone. That's why I had got rid of my van. Scrap, gone. There's always a reason for everything. Buy a new smartphone because they seized it, because just as I can. Well, that's not allowed. Yeah, I'm fully aware it's not allowed, but that's the world we live in. Let's cut the shit. I still want to get about every now and again, but I'm running, I'm cycling, I'm walking. I'm doing now, I'm getting fitter, because I still need to get about. And this is the second vehicle of mine you've seized. It's the second phone of mine you've seized. The reasons, I can't even bother to explain. Were they allowed to? No. Do they anyway? Yeah. Cost me money. While you're going on about a crack in a windscreen, huh? It's for your own safety. Why are you cutting my seatbelt then? It's for your own safety. Why are you macing me then 6 inches from my eyes? And then try and put me through the court system for me assaulting them. Anyway, see why I need to document this stuff. Because everything just links one thing to the next, and it just... So when someone says, "Oh, why did that happen?" I can't really explain without giving you like my life story. Anyway, back to the plot. This story is actually about a hire car company charging me 715 quid for cracking the black plastic fairing on a wing mirror that I didn't do. Even if I did do it, ain't 715 quid. Anyway, so I'm in the hire car loop. Can't afford my own. Any money I make, they just keep nicking it off me. Oh, is that new phone will have that? Is that your van will have that? No insurance. You can't record us. Just making stuff up. Don't stop them. They got weapons. So I can't afford to insure my own car anymore. Keep it running anymore. It's cheaper, more convenient. I get a nice new spanking car for cheaper than my own. Makes sense, yeah? I then realised I can't go with a lot of hire car companies because of that ban, which is only a ban because I questioned a speeding ticket. There's also another story where I hired from another hire car company when I first started this hire car kind of cycle that I'm in, I suppose. Or maybe not anymore. I hired with them. Cool beans. And they take your card information on file. And then one day my phone just goes ping. That's it, I've got the hire car. I think I'm like 3 days into my hire. Ping. Money's been taken out of your account. I'm like, what? I ring the hire car company, but obviously you're just speaking to whatever dildo answers the phone, aren't you? They don't know. Oh, we'll look into it and you should take up a head office. Oh, whatever. Don't use my card. That's what I said to him. You got my card on file, yeah, but I've paid for this. I've paid my deposit. I've paid for the hire. I ain't brought it back yet. Why are you taking money out of my account? It was like 300 quid or something. And like, oh, we don't know. We'll get back to you. Do they get back to you? Do they explain to you? Do they take any accountability? No, they don't. And I just think, you know what, whatever. I'll take the car back. I'll sort this. I'll write to head office. I'll go to my bank. Whatever. It's a mistake. Whatever. Not let it stress me out. Just get on with it. Next day, more money. And at this point, I'm like, this is what's going on here. Again, speak to the branch. Another dildo answers the phone. Not any use. Head office, still no use. I've routed the call from Pakistan or something, and you ain't got a fucking clue what they're saying. You can't get any answer out of them. Nowhere. Bank's just like, oh, take it up with them. Helpful. Anyway, I froze my card. You can go in the app, boom, freeze. You're not having it. And anytime I go into a shop, I unfreeze, pay, freeze again. That's literally what I had to get into. I can order a new card, yeah, of course, but in the meantime, you ain't got a card. So I freezed it and just that was my next port of call. One day I forgot to freeze it. They took more money. The company took, I think I hired the van, I think it was like a couple of weeks, about 300 quid anyway. And they took an extra £1,000 off me over the space of a few transactions. A couple I didn't see, and a couple were me. I just forgot to freeze it. But why should I have to remember to freeze my card? £1,000. Ring up head office, ring up the branch, speak to more dildos. No use. And they still kept trying to take money. Now at this point, this ain't some mistake, or if it is a mistake, you got to sort it out. And that branch start emailing me saying, you ought to give us the van back, you ain't paid us. I'm just like, you're taking the mick now. I reply, again, no use, no brain cells responding to me. So I keep the van. I paid for £1,000 hire, I'm having my £1,000 hire. And to be fair, I did need to keep using it. So I was either just going to pay him and ask to extend it, go to another hire company, and I thought, no, hang on a minute, you've taken £1,000 out of my bank, I'm keeping the van. Needless to say, they weren't happy. Needless to say, don't care. I paid for this. You know, at this point, I've paid for it, I'm keeping it. And I worked out actually when I would hand it back in turn with the kind of how much it cost for £1,000 hire. It's like a couple of months. I was like, I'm keeping it for a couple of months then. Needless to say, they weren't happy and sent their private investigator vehicle location team to track me down. And the van down. About a month later, they found it. Woke up one morning, van's gone. It's got all my plumbing tools in the back. And I'm like, oh, okay. Fair one, the vehicle location team did a good job. Because a bloke, even the vehicle location investigation team, they ring you up. I'm like, oh, hi, is that so-and-so? Do you live at so-and-so address? Who are you? And they just try and get information out of you. That's why when people answer the phone, oh, is that so-and-so? Why are you telling them? Anyway, I kind of messaged him back and was like, mate, do your job, but you don't know shit about this story, nor do you care. You got a job to do, yeah? All right, well, I'm keeping the van, come find it. And he found it. About a month later, woke up one morning, no van outside. It just dawned on me. So I had to go kind of tail between my legs back to the branch and be like, can I have my stuff out of the van, please? Do you know what I did? I hired from another company. Hired their van, like it's emblazoned on the side of the van. And they took the van that they seized from me and put it in the back of like an empty warehouse. So they opened the shutters and let me drive in another hire car from another company, put it next to that hire car van, and move my stuff across from one to the other, and then just got on with it. Like, I think that company is still trying to chase me. I think they say I owe them like another 1,800 quid or something, whatever. Anyway, because of that, I then got put on some blacklist that all the major companies kind of cross-reference people, and like, fair one, I get it. You're running a company, you want the best people and the most loyal, and people look after their vehicles, whatever. And I don't fit that mould because I stole one of your vans, apparently. No, you stole money from me, and even to this day, you owe me money. So I go with a new hire car company. But in the time, then went with that hire car company. Then I realised I went to like rehire from the same company, and they were like, we can't hire to you now because you've appeared on some blacklist. And I'm like, what? And it clicked in my head. Previous hire car company, obviously they connect data spreadsheets with each other. Do not hire to this man, he's a risk, and nick your stuff. So I'm like, oh come on, like, I've hired with you. And they're like, no, we can't tick this box on this screen, so it won't let us do it because technology runs it all. I was like, well, whatever, fine. So then I try another hire car company, and they're like, we can't hire you, you got this disqualification. Pointless me saying what it actually for, which is me questioning their speeding ticket. They don't care, they can't tick the box on the screen. So yeah, I'm then left with very few options. Can't afford my own vehicle anymore, can't afford the insurance anymore. And every time I do have a vehicle, PC bacon faces come along and take it off me, break it. So I can't even afford to have my own anymore, regardless. So I'm left with I can still hire another hire car company. And obviously I'm very limited now because of the disqualification and because I'm on a blacklist. So I can still hire with another company, but this is where the end of the road comes. Certainly for this hire car company, and now if there's any options of any other companies, I'm not sure who they are. Like, this was the last company I thought I could use. It was like one that was like, whew, one that doesn't have me on their blacklist, and one that don't care about my disqualification enough to not let me use their vehicles. So anyway, this hire car company, I took it back, as you do. They do a check around the van, cool beans, gave my deposit back. 3 weeks later, I receive an email, not even anything, it's literally just a PDF attachment, and in it is my details and basically an invoice for £715 for apparently cracking the wing mirror casing. But I didn't crack no wing mirror casing. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, you walked round the van with me, yeah? You walked round with me. And even if you missed it, that's not my problem. Like, you're supposed to check it. You did check it, and you checked it enough that you gave my deposit back. Then 3 weeks later, you don't even try to contact me, ask about it, inquire about it. You just send me an invoice that doesn't even have any blurb, any communication. It's literally just an attached invoice, which is formal. Name, address, invoice cost, amount, due by. Hang on, what? You haven't even explained anything. This is the first I've ever heard about this. Just rocking up with an invoice, and I'm reading it, and it's like near side front wing mirror cracked casing, and I'm like, I didn't crack no casing. And even if I did, what's the wing mirror made out of? Fucking platinum. £715 for the casing to be replaced. If I look at the invoice, admin fees 80 quid. What, to send an email? Parts 468. What, for a wing mirror casing? It's not a Lamborghini, mate. It's like a Renault Traffic or something. And 2 days charge for non-availability to hire. You're charging me because you couldn't hire it to other people. You can't do that. You've got fleets of thousands of vehicles. And it don't take 2 days to change a casing on a wing mirror. And I didn't do it. And you came at me 3 weeks later. I'm just like, hang on. I can't afford my own insurance on a car. Because they wrote to me one day saying, done for speeding. I question it. We're not answering that question, so we're going to ban you. Okay, well then, I'll hire with someone. Okay, hire with you. We're going to take money out your bank. We're going to take money out your bank. We're going to take money out your bank. Hang on, you can't do this. What do we like? Okay, well, I'm going to keep the van then. Needless to say, they found the van. Of course they did. Now I'm on their naughty step. And that gets pushed around many other hire car companies. This man's not to be trusted. Cool. Can't afford my own insurance. Even if I do have my own vans, PC bacon faces keep taking them off me, along with my phones, so I have no money. So I'm with a hire car company, they're just dipping it out my bank. We'll have that, we'll have that, we'll have that. You can't do that. We'll have that, we'll have that, we'll have that. And even when I go to the bank, you know me, hi, I'm your customer. I'm your customer, bank. You do as I say. That's the way it works. That's the way it's written. So can you stop them taking money out of my bank, please? And can you give that money back to me? No. You've got to do this, and you've got to do... I ain't got to do anything. I'm your customer. It's written in your own rules. I point the rules out to you. Look, it says here. It says here. Look, see? Give it back, then you can open a case, and if it's true, you can take it back off me. No. Yeah, of course. Banks don't even do as they're supposed to do anymore. The banks uphold this. Some company has just stolen, literally stolen money out of my bank account. I'd like it back, please. I'll take it up with them. Excuse me, Mr. Robber, can I have my money back? They're a massive company. I can't take them on. Come on, bank. Do as you're told. It's written here. Have my money back, please. No. Great. Fine. Can't do anything about that. On to another hire car company. Oh, we're not hiring you. You've been banned. Another one. We're not hiring you. You've been banned. Oh, for fuck's sake. We'll hire you. Right, for you. Okay. Drive around. Hire it. Give a deposit. Use it. Give it back. I get my deposit back. I get on my life. 1 day. 2 days. 3 days go by. 4 days. 5 days. 6 days. A week goes by. You celebrate, you're having a new weekend. You're having the next weekend. You're having the next weekend. Just getting on with your life, yeah? Just handing back a hire car. Come, hire car. 3 weeks are gone. Then, boom! Invoice appears in my email inbox. You owe us £715 for a cracked wing mirror. What? Is there any writing here or correspondence or... You've literally just attached an invoice to an email. Name, address, £468 for new wing mirror casing. What? That's expensive. And what wing mirror casing? I didn't break it. You checked the van when I gave it back. And it's been how long? 3 weeks? £80 fees, admin. £80 to send this invoice. I'm in the wrong job. And 2 days we couldn't hire it to someone else. Don't talk nonsense. Total amount, 715 quid. I'm not paying that. If you do not pay it, we will attempt to take it from the card you registered on file. There is no card registered on file. Our contract's done. I hired, gave him my details. Contract's over, and delete my details. That's GDPR, yeah? That's what you got to abide by. No, we're going to keep them anyway. Of course you are. That's all what your hire car companies do. One hire company is just dipping in and out of my car just because they can. Now you're like, we're keeping it on file just because we want to. You can't do that. So let's go to the bank. Bank, it's happening again. Tough, we're not doing anything about it. Great. Luckily, I know I can just order a new card. But don't stop there, does it? Because the hire car company will then threaten email, write a letter, and they'll give up. But they won't give up. They'll sell that £715 debt to a debt collection agency. They'll sell it to them for like 100 quid or whatever. Like, wingmirror, even if it was broken and I did break it, what's that to them? 50 quid? They know the right people in the right places. Ain't costing them a lot to fix that. So they'll sell the debt to a debt collection company for 100 quid. So they've still made 50 quid off the top. So we're going to write to this bloke telling me he owes 715 quid. If we get it, quid's in. If we don't get it, we're just going to sell it to a debt collection agency, still be quid's in. Now the debt collection agency have got a piece of paper that says my name, my address, and I owe them money. They ain't aware of the story, nor do they care. That's their job. Piece of paper, name, address, go harass them. Go knock on their door. Go turn up at their work. Go clamp their vehicle. They don't know anything about the story, nor do they care, nor are they intellectually capable of understanding it. Because if they were, they wouldn't do that job. So I know these morons devoid of intelligence are going to come knocking on your door, demanding money. And that's your house, yeah? That's your work, yeah? That's your car, yeah? You can't stand there and go, hang on a minute. The hire car company said I did something that I didn't. And you're now knocking on my door asking for money. Well, I don't care about the story. Yeah, I know you don't care about the story. Because that's how you get paid. And you get a bit of commission off the top, don't you? That's why you lie. That's why you harass. That's why you bully. That's why you even have the police turn up who have your back. Let's not get started on them. They clamp your vehicle, threaten you, bully you, intimidate you, come into your home when they can, and they've got the backup of PC bacon faces anyway. Hang on, let's rewind. This is for a cracked wing mirror that I didn't do. Yeah? Well, now we're in your house. Now we're going to write to your employer and get attachment of earnings. I didn't do it, and much like the speeding ticket, prove it. We don't need to prove it. We just send you an invoice. That's it, is it? Just an invoice. No, hello, valued customer who helps our business exist. There's some damage here. Was this you? Discuss it. Or, how about, if I did break it, how about pick it up when I bring the van back? It's not underneath the van, it's the wing mirror apparently. I cracked it so bad, it cost £715 a fix. That's going to be pretty obvious when the man checks it, is it not? And even if he misses it, that's your problem. Because you can't come to me 3 weeks later and go, you did this. And actually didn't even send me any pictures. No pictures, no evidence, and what's the point anyway? If I write back to them and go, can I have some proof? They're not going to do it, just like the speeding. Can you prove I was speeding? No, banned. Can you prove I cracked this wing mirror? You had 3 weeks, you checked it already. You haven't even sent me any pictures, just nope. Pay us. No. Bank, we've got some criminals trying to take money out of my bank. We don't care, we're going to let them. Great. Hence, walking a lot, running a lot, cycling a lot. If there ain't modes of transport, what else are you supposed to do? Yeah, you can get on the bus and stuff, but I'm used to having a car and a van. The entire kind of video was the fact that prices have got so expensive for insurance, I can't afford to get around anymore. And the prices got so high for insurance because I've been banned for questioning a speeding ticket. That's the condensed truth. Questioned a speeding ticket, got banned, received a code against my license. Police seized my van for a chip in the windscreen, broke my van, decided to be scrapped. I ain't got the money to buy another one because you also seized my £650 phone. Running out of money here. Okay, let's hire. It's cheaper. It's more convenient, brand new. Oh, hang on, you can't hire with us, you've been banned. You can't hire with us, you've been banned. You can't hire with us, you've been banned. You can't hire with us, you're on a blacklist. You can't hire with us, you're on a blacklist. Okay, we'll hire to you. Whew, now I can get about. All goes well. Boom, invoice, pay this. £715 for a wing mirror. What? I didn't crack any wing mirror. Is there any photos attached here? Is there any conversation? Is there... Just literally just emailed me an invoice 3 weeks after ending the contract, giving my deposit back. 3 weeks later, you just hit me with an invoice. That's just an invoice. And in it says, you're billing me for a £468 wing mirror. You're billing me because of admin. You're billing me because you couldn't let the car out to someone else. Can't do that. And you say that the card that you should have deleted off your file, you're going to just take off if I don't settle it within 14 days. Bank don't care. Luckily, I still have the option of ordering a new card. But the insurance, the hire car company don't care, because they'll just sell it off to the debt collection agency. I get an email through, this man, this address, go harass him, go harangue him, go intimidate him, go bully him, go lie to him. Oh, and take the power of PC Bacon Faces with you as well. And if that still don't work, if you're employed, we're going to take attachment of earnings at your bank. So I'm just literally just trying to get by in life. Just trying to get by. Chip my windscreen, it happens. I'm taking a hammer to it, it happens. I'm also aware that I just chip my windscreen, I've got to pay for that to get fixed. Safety, ain't going to pass an MOT. Got to pay to get fixed. Going down the motorway, blues and twos behind me. Oi, pull over! You got a crack in your windscreen. Yeah, I know, like, okay, give me the ticket. You know what the ticket is? 14 days to get it fixed. That's it, on your way. That's it. That's it. No discussion. Is that what happened? No. No, it isn't. So what happened? You got a chip in the windscreen. Yeah, I know. Where are you off to? Checking your tyres. What about the windscreen? Are you insured? What's your name? Where you going? What's your occupation? Are we talking about the windscreen, or you've gone into this mode, have you? Okay. Breathe into this. And at that point, I put my phone up and was like, hang on, fuck on, man. Like, you just come wandering over to my van. You haven't told me your name. You haven't told me your recording, which is your policy. You haven't told me what power you have, what the law is. You literally just come wandering over to me, banging on my window, telling me I've got a chip on my windscreen. Then you don't even care about the chip. Check his tyres, check his insurance, where you going, what you up to, breathe into this machine. Hank, chill out, man. What the fuck? Put my phone up, press record. And I just went, no. Opened my door, grabbed me, cuffed me. He cuffed me, she jumped in, another one jumps in the other side, and a fourth pulls a pepper spray can, not even joking, this close to my face, and squirts it 4 fucking times. Not allowed to do that. I don't care if I'm the most angry man in the world. You can't mace someone inside a vehicle, and you can't mace someone that close. But you did 4 times. For what? A chip in my windscreen? I'm then cuffed in my belt. Obviously I wear a belt. Cut my belt. Hang on, you just pulled me over for a safety issue. My windscreen, now you're cutting my belt? Why are you doing that? Oh, you're too dangerous to uncuff. Megan, oh, I'm not going to say her surname. Megan, spiritual realm has lessons for you. Eager with a seatbelt cutter, like she just come out of training school. She's buzzing. She's like, let me cut it, let me cut it, let me cut it. Not joking, it was written all over her face. It's like she'd never done one in real life. Done loads on a mannequin in a blow-up car in a police classroom, but this is real life. And I'm like, whoa, 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 chill out. Take my seatbelt off. Not going to take your seatbelt off, you are dangerous. Okay, you're going to cut my seatbelt. That's pretty safe, that's a safety measure, yeah? And you pulled me over for a safety measure for my windscreen, so let's not cut it. I'm calm, take my cuff off. No, cutting your belt. Great. By the way, I can't see, my face is burning. Go out, take me out of the van. No, meat wagon turns up, and matey boys, one's holding me on the left, one's holding me on the right, and I'm like this. Can you identify yourselves, please? Gun to my head. They both said, I don't need to. I'm just like, I'm in cuffs, you're holding me, who are you? We don't need to identify ourselves. I just stood there and just like, what do you want me to do? Cuffs at the front. Then one of those 4 coppers comes over and uncuffs me to put them behind my back. And I'm like, why are you putting them on my back? For transport. And I said to him, hang on, I'm getting in the back of your van, yeah? Well, I'm facing forwards, like, better to have my cuffs at the front, isn't it? For safety, so I kind of break my fall. And it's a bit more comfortable, isn't it not? And also, why are you uncuffing me? Literally, 2 minutes ago I was so dangerous you had to cut my belt because you couldn't uncuff me. Now you're uncuffing me to put my cuffs in a more dangerous position behind my back. So if I was to fall, more uncomfortable position. Do you know what his response was? I'm not even making this stuff up. Do you know what his response was? Well, you attacked my colleague. You can't just throw a tantrum and put my cuffs in a more dangerous position and twist the cuffs as you did it. Because I pulled them off. So why are you twisting my cuffs? Because you attacked my colleague. Your opinion don't matter. Your emotions don't matter. Do your job. So hang on, you pulled me over for a safety issue, my windscreen. You then pay no attention to the safety aspect of the windscreen. Instead, put hands on me, cuff me, pepper spray me. Don't tell me who you are, even when questioned. And then on top of all those safety issues, you take my cuffs from the front to the back because you attacked my colleague. Take me to a police station, force me to do prints, and I mean force me to do prints. I'm just like, what is going on here? My face is still burning. I'm just like, this hurts, man. Like, what am I supposed to do about it? It'll wear off. It did, but 15 hours maybe. Obviously, it gradually gets better, but yeah. I was in the cell for 9 hours when they then released me with a court date for assaulting a police officer. Oh, they wouldn't give my phone back either. Evidence. Yeah, my evidence. But that's the second phone they took off me. They took a phone off me for recording in public a couple of years ago. They seized it, stuck that security tape all over the front of it so the screen was kaput, and then didn't give it back to me for a year. A year. And that was after trying to ring me up and say, oh, this is PC so-and-so, what's the passcode for your phone? I'm not telling you. Why do you want to know? Data protection. Stop lying. I was like, you just rang me up so I can freely give you my passcode because you know you ain't got the power to go inside it. And then he goes, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. Then he goes, gotta go, there's an emergency, and hung up. Fucking jokers, man. Do you see what I mean? So I can't just talk about one thing and it be that one thing, because that one thing is linked with the other thing and the other thing and the other thing. And do you know what I mean? I can't answer these. Why haven't you got a car? Wow, sit down for 2 hours and I'll explain it to you. Why can't you rent one? Wow, sit down for 2 hours and I'll explain it to you. Why is your credit rating poor? Wow. Well, I won't pay 715 quid for a cracked wing mirror that I didn't do. They're going to send people to your house to try and extort it out of you. And whether you pay or you don't, they're going to stick it on a system that judges you by your ability to repay. And that ability to repay doesn't allow you to rent. Doesn't allow you to get a lot of stuff in this world. Because people just make stuff up. Company emails me with just an invoice. That's it. Nothing else on it. Just an invoice. Details, amount, pay, or we'll take it off your card. You won't take it off my card because I'm going to get a new card. But you then will sell that debt to a company that have the thugs and the morons available to do this work for them. And they've got the backup of the police. So companies now can just make stuff up. The banks don't care. enforcement agents are designed for this very role, and the police, who are the ones pepper spraying you, chucking you in a cell, saying you're assaulting them for having a crack in the windscreen, are going to back these people up regardless, aren't they? So, yeah, not really much you can do about it, is there? You've got to suck it up and know that the universe is doing this for a reason. And that's a very hard concept for me to wrap my head around. The fact that these things happen because they're supposed to happen. For whatever lessons I have to learn about myself, my emotions. Maybe I'm not supposed to have a car. Maybe there's a future version of me in a car in a week's time and I crash and die. So in order to get a car off me, this type of stuff's got to happen. Along with the issues and the emotions and the struggle and the worry and the fear and all that stuff that you have to learn to just let go. Because if you're on that kind of spiritual path, it's coming for you. I would say buckle up, but they'll just cut it. But yeah, buckle up for a bumpy ride. Because this shit don't make logical sense. Which means there must be a higher power, I call it universe, that does this, knits it, weaves it. You're just getting along with your day and I notice an email comes through, says, give us 715 quid. That's what it is. It's just a company, give us money. Nothing to back it up, no proof, no nothing. Give us money. I won't. But so they'll say take it off my card. The bank won't do anything either. And that aside, they'll just sell it to a company that will come knock on your door, come follow you to work, come clamp your car. They just made it up. And this is the type of world we're living in now. Literally criminals and fraudsters in these huge companies that a lot of people put trust in and utilise. And most of them don't see the very corruption of these companies. And when I mean companies, the government's also a company, isn't it? It's company. What's the government? A company. What's company? Piece of paper. Pieces of paper now. This is why they have no accountability. Because they go, it wasn't me who did it, it was the company. What's the company? Piece of paper. That's why they can't touch them. Because they built this system where they don't do it, it's the company. That's why it's the council. Who's the council? Who's that? Where are they? Can I talk to them? Who's the government? Who are they? Let's talk to them. Who are they? No accountability. So there's one company, the government, at the very top of the tree, that now basically employs other companies below them to just they can do like this. Why? It keeps me down. Keeps me working. Keeps me in emotion. Keeps me in struggle, in fear. That's on a spiritual wavelength. So in order for you to go through these lessons, these moments, these changes in your life that have profound effects on who you become, they have to manifest themselves in real physical life, don't they? And in this instance, it's just a company emailing me asking for 715 quid. They're a massive company. I can't do anything. None of the bodies that you can go to care. They're all part of it. It's just a circus, a facade. It's just a show. Oh, you can go to him. No, you can't. The bank can help you. No, they won't. You can complain. No, you can't. So sometimes you just got to go on an hour-long walk and just kind of let your emotions out into the screen, out into the ether, and just let go of them. Anyway, episode 1.